You are now listening to the Gospel of Alex. Alex, drop those scriptures.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And I'm back. Now, I had to take a couple of days off because not only did I have a lot going on, but I had a headache that lasted a little bit abnormally long. I'm fine now, but I did set the doctor's appointment. I am still going to go to the doctor's appointment because it would be irresponsible of me to come onto this platform and constantly talk to men about how we got to take better care of our health and make sure we go into the doctors and make sure we checking upon ourselves. And then I have a headache for like 2.5 damn days and I don't go and get checked out. So I'm going to go and get checked out even though I feel fine now. Who knows? Maybe it's an old football injury. I played football all the way up through college. So maybe it's an old football injury. Who knows? Maybe it's nothing. But I'm still going to get myself checked out. So men who are watching this, once again, shameless plug, we need to take care of our health. So if something feels off, all right, no matter what it is, go ahead and get checked out. All right? Hopefully y'all got some damn health insurance because I told y'all to get y'all some health insurance a long time ago. But that's not what this video is about. This video is where we got to talk about Yk Osiris and Sukihana, because I'm going to talk to the men and women in this video, but specifically modern men really don't seem to understand sexual assault, harassment, or abuse. They don't really seem to understand what that means. And it's not just about this situation. For those of you who've been a member of the Elite Fleet for a while, we've got a lot of new subscribers recently. But for those of you who are OGs, y'all might remember the video I did about Koi Relay and how she brought somebody on the stage to perform a lap dance. Now, if you've ever been to a concert, you know women bringing men on stage to perform rap dances are generally a part of their performance. Doesn't matter if it's R&B, doesn't matter if it's rap, country. It's just generally something women will do. Just like a lot of times men will bring women up to the stage and sing to them or maybe have them rub some oil on them or something like that. It's part of the performance. But everybody knows you don't touch the damn performer, right? This is something that I thought was common sense. But y'all leave comments like this. From the gift, aka the perv, aka the creep, aka the ELP. And for those of you who are new and don't know what an ELP is, that's what we in the Elite Fleet call people who have extreme levels of perversion, which is most men nowadays because y'all watch too much damn porn. There's too many IG models and OnlyFans thoughts running around. There's too many Jezebel spirited up women thotting and running around now. Any two as well, which is not helping. Hub and all these other prawn videos are easily accessible. You don't even gotta pay for them no more. So gone are the days when you gotta sneak into your dad's cabinet or hope your dad leaves his booty talk tapes out. No, now you can just go online and watch booty talk whenever you want to watch booty talk. It's very easy to watch booty talk now. Anyone can watch booty talk now. You can watch booty talk on your tablet that your parents probably didn't put parental control on if you were a young boy. So a lot of modern men have ELP issues. Yk Osiris has an ELP issue. And this is something I feel like more content creators need to talk about, because we need to be getting young men specifically, but just men in general, hip to this game and get them to an understanding when it comes to this. You got dudes like the gift out here talking about she was dancing like that around this young man. What does she expect him to do? What does she expect him to do? Not to touch her. Again, have you dudes, just like I said to the gift, have you dudes never been to a strip club? At half the strip clubs, you can't touch the dancers. You watch the dancers. It's kind of this push and pull thing. It's supposed to be sexual seduction, not eruption, brother. You go in there for a vibe. You go like it's part of the performance. These are performers, basically. So I'm saying that to say, Koi Relay, like most strippers, right, isn't going to expect you to touch her. Now, there are some strip clubs where you can touch the strippers, right? But even at those strip clubs, there are some strippers who are going to allow some men to touch them and get a little bit more physical and handsy with them than they will allow other men to. Guess what? That's their prerogative. Maybe it's because he paid them more money. Maybe it's because she likes him more. Whatever. But at the end of the day, when a woman says stop, you have to stop. And a woman dancing or presenting herself in a sexual manner does not give you the green light to be able to touch her. Dudes talk about some, yeah, that's why you got a problem with the man spirit, because you sound like you want some Me Too stuff. No, I sound like a man who gets the V-Box when I want it, so I don't have to go out here and try to take it from nobody or try to force myself on the goddamn soul. Unlike a lot of y'all, I ain't never been in a strip club where women said I couldn't touch her if I wanted to. So I don't have these problems. So it's easy for me to just sit back because a stripper will put my hands on her. Women put my hands on them all the time. And I have plenty of women that's what I wanted to do, I could do it with. So I don't have to be a creep. I can control myself if I'm sitting here and a woman's dancing. You can put me around a porn star or an IG model or an OnlyFans chick, and I don't feel like, nah, I gotta touch her, because my hand's not demonic. I don't jerk off all goddamn day like a lot of you dudes be doing. And y'all need to understand that, because unfortunately a lot of content creators are out here putting out the message, talking about some Sukihana, you know, she's a slut, she's a whore, she's a freak, which she is. It's not like they're lying. I mean, we're talking about the same Sukihana who's part of the reason she's even famous is because she went viral for being in an actual prom video and throwing up on somebody's pipe. Alright? We're talking about the same Sukihana who's part of the reason she's famous is because she went viral for performing one of her rap songs with no bra on. So she's absolutely a slut, hoe, freak, whatever you want to call it. It's what you might call it. She's 100% that. She's very vulgar. She dresses vulgar. She talks vulgar. She acts vulgar. However, none of that gives you the right to touch the woman if she doesn't want to be touched. And she gave a clear indication to YK Osiris that she did not want to be touched. Peep this. She gave him the body language turn. She literally said the word no. When he tried to kiss her, she tried to move. My man grabbed her, put her in a half Nelson, and said, Now, first of all, let me just get this out of the way. What the hell would make you see Sukihana and think, I want to kiss this girl? Alright? First of all, when I see Sukihana, the first thing I think has nothing to do with sex. The first thing I think is, I should get a can of Raid and spray her with the can of Raid. That's what I think. Alright? The second thing I think is, any body contact I make with this woman is going to result in the STD. And you cannot convince me that if Sukihana slides down your pipe, when she gets up, your pipe not going to be looking like the back of a Nestle Crunch bar. You cannot convince me that. Alright? You cannot convince me that if Sukihana kiss you, your lips ain't going to have an allergic reaction and look like a beehive. You're just not going to be able to convince me of these things. She got to have some type of herpederm or the gonorrhea. She got something. And y'all ain't going to convince me that she don't got nothing. She got something. So I don't know what the hell's going on with YK Osiris that he looks at that creature and he thinks, I got to have it. I got to have it. I don't know what made him think that, because that wouldn't have been my damn thoughts. I would have kept 6 feet like we were still during the fake pandemic. Oh, did I say that out loud? Hopefully we not still getting striked for that, all right? Shout out to y'all who got the clock side. Anyways, for whatever reason, YK Osiris, I guess he said, this is my turn, this is my chance, and he's like, I'm going to get my kiss. All right? Can't do that, guys, under any circumstances. All right? You make the move on a woman, the woman turns away, she says no, you leave it alone. The reality is, y'all can say I sound like whatever the hell y'all want to say I sound like, but I'm trying to protect y'all. We are in the Me Too movement. We are in that era, and the reality is, if a woman says you did something to her as a man, you're fighting an uphill battle, whether you did it or not. And that's the key that y'all missing. There's a lot of men who didn't do it. See my man Brian Banks, the football player, he didn't do anything. Still missed his chance to go to the NFL. Sat in jail for years. They had to make a whole movie about it and give him $1 million settlement because she lied. So I need you guys to understand, a woman can lie on you about you touching her or doing something to her, and you probably will still go to jail. So the last thing you want to do is actually do it, especially on camera. You just can't do that. Let me give you guys another gem. All right, now we're going to get into the serious topics, and now we're going to get into the real gem, because I had my fun joking around, but let's really get into it now. First of all, let me tell you guys something. The most dangerous women when it comes to allegations is often women like Sukihana. I used to tell dudes all the time when back in my clubbing days when I was young in college and high school and stuff. Right? I used to say, the girl who you see in the middle of the dance floor, twerking all hard, busting splits, busting wines, and being all extra like that, she's never going to dance with you. Most of the time, it's the girls who just chilling, doing a little cute two-step, or doing a light little booty shake, but not too much. They're the ones who are going to freak dance with you, or they're the ones who are going to be receptive to you trying to talk to them and all that other stuff. The girl who's doing the most, she's doing that for attention, not you. Let that breathe, run it back. She's doing that for attention. She's not doing that for you. So you dudes get all horny because you see her doing all that gyrating and stuff, and you go, yeah, I'm about to get up in there. You start coming out your seat, you doing all this. You think you about to get in there. Then you go up there and she go, or she go, ew. It's the easiest way to catch a case. The drunk white girls. What did I tell y'all before about them drunk and hot girls? Same thing. The drunk white girls stumbling all over the place, kissing everybody in the mouth. Probably got mono, probably got STDs, but I digress. You think that's an easy kill. I'm about to take Becky home, blow her back out, whatever the case may be. Becky gonna tell on your ass. Soon as Becky wake up and realize she's in the bed with a man, she doesn't realize who this man is, Becky's gonna tell on you. And it doesn't have to be immediate, right? Becky might not tell on you if she goes outside. Nobody ever knows that she did it, but let her go outside and there's people outside, or let it be at a party or something like that. Like say you had her in the bathroom, or you had her at a house party, or in any situation where someone else knows that this happened. Maybe even her friends know you went home with her. Maybe everyone see her leave the club with you. At that point, you took advantage of her. Why? Because she doesn't want to be embarrassed. It's not worth the risk. If you got to talk to a drunk girl, you get her number, you hit her up the next day. And it's usually going to be drunk girls doing the most. Unless you're talking about black or Hispanic chicks. Some of them just do the most from jump just because, you know, they want their attention. But a lot of the times, irregardless if it's because they're drunk or if it's because they want their attention, regardless, the women who do the most, right, usually are the women who will call you out. That translates to the sex industry, guys. The OnlyFans models are the ones who will call you out. We see it right now with Zion Williamson. Mariah Mills trying to tell everybody Zion was in my DMs, leaking all his stuff. That other damn girl whose name I can't remember, leaking that she was with Zion. Oh my God, I didn't even know you was about to have a baby. It was just with me. It's usually birds who do this. Now you gotta watch out for normal girls leaking your DMs and stuff too, right? But when it comes to the sexual stuff, a normal girl's not going to leak out the sexual stuff, right? She's just going to leak out that you're talking to her because she's flattered that you're even talking to her. I'm talking about trying to Me Too your ass. You got to watch for the Mariah Mills and all those types of chicks. They're highly probable to doing this, guys, I'm telling you. Because they've been treated like thoughts and walked all over and dog walked. Sukihana literally got dog walked. So again, some of you might be thinking, well, she got dog walked. So how could she have a problem with YK Osiris touching her and trying to kiss her and stuff? Well, she got paid to get dog walked. YK Osiris didn't give her any money. And she probably wants NBA YoungBoy. Sexy Red, who he also dog walked, literally said she wanted to have one of his kids. She might not like YK Osiris. See, that's the problem with the internet. And I talked about this a little bit when I was talking about the incels. But men didn't used to know women were as big freaks like this, right? You only really knew if you was a man who got a lot of women, right? So if you were like an athlete, or you were like the bad boy, or you had a lot of money, or you won a genetic lottery, so you had a nice body and you looked good, stuff like that, you knew women were freaks. Women are bigger freaks than us. I tell you all that all the time, right? But if you were the dude who didn't win the genetic lottery, right? Your money's not up yet. You're not an athlete. You're not the bad boy. You don't have charisma. You still getting your masculinity together. The good thing about it was, yeah, you was getting curved left and right and you wasn't getting laid. But in your head, not that many men are getting laid like that anyway. And women aren't really freaky like that. So it's not that big of an L. The problem with the internet, right, is that y'all see all these girls doing these thought-ass things for attention. Y'all see all these dudes, right, having multiple women, and if you're a dude who can't get one, you're getting pissed. So then y'all start coming up with 80-20 rules, and y'all start talking about, you know what I mean? Y'all get that entitlement in your head, basically, where you're like, wait a minute, these women are walking around butt-ass naked, right? They're sleeping with a bunch of guys, which it's funny that y'all say women sleep with a bunch of guys, then y'all say there's an 80-20 rule. If there's an 80-20 rule, women can't be sleeping with a bunch of guys. That doesn't make sense. Like, really, the reality is, I already did a whole video on this, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it right now. The reality is, a lot of times, the dudes who believe in the 80-20 rule only believe in the 80-20 rule because they fail to realize that they're not dating women that are on their level. So really, the 80-20 rule is in reverse. 80% of men ain't really having that much trouble, but those 20% of men are having trouble because they fail to lower their damn standards to the level that they're at the time. And because of that, they can't get anybody. It's like the women who can't get married, because we all know women can get laid whenever they want to. But the women who can't get married, it's never because there's no one who will marry them. It's almost always because they refuse to acknowledge where they sit, right, in the social dating marketplace. and adjust their standards. They think they can get a man who's out of their league, and they feel like they're settling if they get a man who's actually on their level. That's what a lot of the 80-20 dudes' biggest problem is. That they keep trying to get the highest level woman when they're crap as a man, and they lack masculinity, and they lack money, and they lack physicality. They haven't won the genetic lottery. They ain't in the gym. They ain't handsome. They ain't none of that. But they still want the highest form of woman. Either way, I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to get too much into that because I've talked about that before. Either way, and going back to the Sukihana thing, you guys have to understand, just because a woman is a bird doesn't mean she's going to be a bird for you. You can go online and watch all these women talk about how they got 90-something bodies, 80-something bodies, 50-something bodies. But that don't mean you're going to be one of them. And that's why I need y'all to get through your head. All right? Sukihana might see one dude and act like the Sukihana you know her to act like, which is a complete whore. She might see another dude and he don't do it for her. So she's not going to do that. Like, I know there was this one girl in my high school, for example, who was a major thought, but she did not like fat guys. That was her thing. She didn't like fat guys. She didn't like white boys. So if you were a white boy or a fat guy, you wasn't hitting that. Didn't matter that every other person was hitting that. All the Hispanic dudes, all the Asian dudes, all the black dudes. If you were a white boy and you were fat, you weren't hitting that. Now, you can get entitled and feel a way about it, or you can just move on to someone who will let you hit and continue to live your life. That's what I'm trying to get through to you guys. But Sukihana is a thought. She is. But she don't want YK Osiris. So why risk going to jail and catching the case over a thought? Just move on and find a thought who likes the type of man that you happen to be. It's literally that simple. Y'all making it a whole Rubik's Cube, complex ass thing. It ain't gotta be all that. It ain't gotta be all that at all. I need you guys to understand that. How do we get to a point where modern men can't just enjoy a lap dance? Like, I have a pole in my room, man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have a pole in my room, right? And I would like to just watch women dance on that pole. I don't want to touch them when they dance on it. Let them do their thing. Part of the femininity is the sensuality of it. Y'all don't even know how to appreciate sensuality. Y'all sort of in a damn rush to get to the eruption. Appreciate the sensuality and the beauty of a woman moving majestically in a sexually aesthetic manner to please you. Appreciate that she's even doing that for you and the thought that goes into that. You ain't got to do nothing to her. No, I ain't going to lie. Afterwards, I'm most likely going to do something. But that's not the point that I'm making here. The point here is you guys need to understand how allow women to just be sexy and don't think that that entitles you to get up in their drawers because they're being like that. Because they're not even being like that for you. When women post the thirst traps online, they're not posting those thirst traps online for your ass. Do y'all realize that women say, oh my God, why can't I find a good man? She's not talking to none of you idiots in her inbox. She's talking to the man she wants who ain't paying her ass no attention. That's who she's talking to. When a woman posts a thirst trap, it's probably not for you. It's probably for a specific guy who's not paying her ass no attention or the level of attention that she wants. Maybe she's trying to get his attention by posting the thirst trap. Maybe she's trying to make him jealous by posting the thirst trap. He's like, look how many other guys are talking to me. It's not going to work. But the point is she ain't talking to you. So you see her post this thong pic or this bathing suit pic or this twerk video or bounce her boobies around or whatever the hell she's doing. And you think, oh, this is an easy kill. And then when you go in there and it doesn't work out like that, now you pissed off. But she was never talking to you in the first place. And all this goes back to the Sukihana thing. Again, is she a thought, whore, freak, whatever you want to call her? Yes. Does that mean she's going to be that for you? No. No. Now, on the other side, ladies, I'm going to say this. The biggest gems stay for those who go to the end. I repeat, the biggest gems go for those who stay to the end. Sukihana's behavior did play a part in why she got treated the way she got treated. That's just the reality of the situation, all right? I am not saying that it's right, but it's the reality. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, people are going to think it's a duck. All right? If that's Beyonce, YK Osiris never tries that. That's just real. He doesn't. So you can sit here and pretend, because the ladies want to pretend, see, how you present yourself. Then they want to use the Home Depot girl as an example. Because you look at the Home Depot girl. The Home Depot girl was God-loving and not naked, and men still sexually harassed her. First of all, the Home Depot girl was not sexually assaulted. You could argue she was sexually harassed, but she was not sexually assaulted. So it's a false equivalency just off of that. Nobody touched the Home Depot girl. Second of all, everything that happened to the Home Depot girl, half of it came from women. Which I continue to refuse to acknowledge, not only that women don't like women, which I talked about in one of my videos, and y'all got mad. I said women lower women's self-esteem. Women stay hating on women. That's not true. Men say stuff too. But who was the ones who was mainly saying the negative things to the Home Depot girl? Women. Y'all also fail to acknowledge that women sexually assault, sexually harass, sexually M-word each other almost all the damn time. Y'all like to pretend that that doesn't happen either. No, it's the men. It's the women. The women to little boys, the women to other girls, the women to little girls. Women are huge predators too. All right, so I don't want to hear the whole, well, look at the Home Depot girl. The Home Depot girl did not get sexually assaulted. She got her address leaked. All right, she got dudes hollering at her. Men holler at women every day. All right, as long as they're not crossing the line, it's not that. It's not this. We're talking about an assault. She did not get assaulted. So it's a false equivalency. All right? I'm telling you right now, if the Home Depot girl was sitting in that chair, YK Osiris would not have done that to her. He wouldn't have. Now, is there some people who are sick in the head who would do it to any woman no matter who? Of course they are. But the average man, again, even YK Osiris, who's the average man, he would not have done that to the Home Depot girl, just like he wouldn't have done it to Beyonce, just like he wouldn't have done it to Taylor Swift, just like he wouldn't have did it to Ari Lennox or a lot of other women. He did it to Sukihana because the way Sukihana presents herself. And another key factor that y'all aren't considering is I see a lot of women saying, how come the men didn't help her? Well, the men didn't help Sukihana because Sukihana is a hoe. If Sukihana didn't carry herself like a hoe, the guys would have took her more serious. They assumed that they were joking because YK was laughing. And she was laughing. I get that she was laughing at being uncomfortable, but she was laughing, and because she's a bird, they probably were like, oh, she don't got no real problem with this. She's probably playing. It came out that she wasn't playing. But guess what? If it would have been the Home Depot girl, they would have protected her because they would not have assumed that she was playing because the Home Depot girl's not a whore. So, am I denying that this can happen to you no matter how you present yourself? Of course not. Of course it could. But the reality is, the less you present yourself as a thought, the less likely this is to happen. So when men come up to you and say, hey, you probably shouldn't go outside in a bra and panties, or go to the beach with a thong bikini on, especially by yourself. It's one thing if you're with your girls, you're with your man, but especially by yourself, all right? When we say that you maybe shouldn't run around talking about how you eating dude's ass, how you sucking all types of D, and you can do all types of flips and bends and twists on a D. You probably shouldn't be walking around with no bra on, performing songs with your breasts out and stuff like that. We're saying that because not doing these things lowers the chance you will end up in a situation like this. We're not saying it because it can't happen even if you don't do those things. This argument is stupid to me, and I swear only black people and women don't understand this point. I swear, y'all the only ones who try to go to that 1% or 5% and say, but this one person, or I know somebody, y'all the only ones who refuse to acknowledge basic statistics. And it's funny because if I told you, if you go to that side of town, you got an 80% chance of getting shot, you wouldn't debate me. You just would not go. At least if you have common sense and the will to live, you just wouldn't go. No, it doesn't mean you can't get shot over here. But if you got a 10% chance of getting shot over here and an 80% chance of getting shot over here, it shouldn't take a rocket scientist to deduct. I'm going to just go over here. It greatly decreases my chance of getting shot. So that's all we're saying. By not doing X, Y, and Z, it greatly decreases your chance of this happening to you. Why fight it? Just don't do it. Or if you're going to do it, like I just said, move in groups of women or have a man with you for protection. That's it. I ain't gonna do all that. You should just learn how to control yourself. Listen, people should just stop killing. People should just stop lying. People should just stop stealing. Have they done it? No. Are they ever going to? No. So it doesn't matter what people should do. What matters is what people will do. And what matters is what you can do to contribute to the likelihood of them doing something. That's all we're saying. Either way, I think I've covered all my thoughts on this topic. So with all that being said, I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.